Genetic modification is going to change a game I love. Football. Like all football fans, I vividly remember my first game. When I was 12, my dad bought us tickets to see the Denver Broncos, led by future Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning, play Tom Brady and our hometown New England Patriots for my birthday. It was a chilly, rainy New England fall afternoon. From the second my dad and I stepped out of his truck to tailgate with some sodas, we were freezing and drenched. Yet, it was one of the best days of my life. Once we got inside the stadium, we got some hot chocolate, some pretzels, and found our seats right behind the 25-yard line. The gunshots of the Musket Men Militia and the sounds of notable Patriots anthems, Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne and Shipping Up to Boston by the Dropkick Murphys, rang loud. Gillette Stadium was absolutely rocking. All 70,000 people in attendance knew it was going to be the Patriots' most important game of the year. Brady and Manning went back and forth the entire game. Despite a Broncos comeback towards the end of the game, the Patriots held on. They won the game 31-21. Watching Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Wes Welker decimate the Broncos defense was like watching superheroes defeat villains. And that is when I became a Patriots fan for life. As a kid, football brought me excitement and joy into bleak Massachusetts winters. My love for the Patriots is so substantial that even today, I anxiously await for Sunday afternoons so I can watch them destroy whoever they play. Football has a type of obsessive and somewhat romantic effect on people. It is a special game, but it is bound to change. Anabolic steroids once infiltrated professional sports. Now genetic modification will soon take over football through CRISPR editing and EPO injections because of its tremendous potential to advance the quality of the sport as well as the safety of its players. Illegal doping has existed in sports for a little over 50 years. One of the most famous examples of doping in sports is the steroid era in Major League Baseball. It lasted from the late 1980s to the late 2000s. And because Major League Baseball did not begin PED testing until 2003, the league saw significant offensive output during this era. Notable steroid users in baseball include Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Roger Clemens, A-Rod Alex Rodriguez, Ryan Braun, and of course the all-time home run leader himself, Barry Bonds. Another popular case of steroid use was Lance Armstrong in his usage of PEDs in his cycling career. He lied several times throughout the later stage of his career while denying abusing steroids during his miraculous comeback from cancer to win several Tour de France's. Also, Vladimir Putin and Russia orchestrated a state-sponsored doping scheme during the 2014 Olympics that impacted the performance of more than 1,000 Russian athletes, according to ESPN. Athletes abuse anabolic steroids to help gain muscle mass. A pretty well-known fact. But the National Institute of Drug Abuse states that anabolic steroids come in many forms. Tetrahydrostanone, which was Barry Bonds' primary drug, stimulants and amphetamines, human growth hormone, or HGH, and estradiol. While each form of anabolic steroid has their own function and purpose, they are all extremely dangerous. They can lead to substantial mental illnesses such as paranoia, mania, and of course the infamous roid rage. Additionally, anabolic steroids can lead to serious kidney and liver damage, an enlarged heart, decreased fertility in men, and an increase of heart attack, stroke, and prostate cancer. Although the effects of steroids on performance can be successful, their effects on the athletes long-term are extremely hazardous and detrimental to their health. One of the most popular methods of genetic modification is the CRISPR technique. According to the academic journal Drug Delivery, gene editing through CRISPR offers tremendous potential, and the science is still growing. Drug Delivery claims that it has led to 6,000 research publications since its establishment in the molecular biology community only 5 years ago. Drug Delivery illustrates CRISPR operating in 3 essential steps. The first is identifying double-stranded breaks, also known as DSBs, in a human's genetic makeup. Scientists then edit or replace these deficient genes through physical deliveries such as microinjection and electroporation, as well as viral delivery vectors. Thus, the DSBs subsequently become repaired. While there are many different intricate ways CRISPR operates, those 3 steps are the basic fundamentals of most CRISPR gene editing. Pretty easy to understand, right? That is why CRISPR is becoming so popular. CRISPR's basic nature and precise editing is allowing for more studies and more trials than ever before. Drug delivery also claims that trials on animal cells using CRISPR gene editing have demonstrated resistance to viral infections, healing muscular dystrophy, as well as ridding some tumors in cancer models. Because of CRISPR's effectiveness, simplicity, and precision, drug delivery depicts it as the face of genetic modification with immense potential. The other future avenue of gene doping in professional football is the abuse of erythropoietin, also referred to as EPO. The Sports Medicine Journal describes EPO as a doping method for athletes who compete in endurance sports, like cycling. This is because EPO is confirmed to maximize a human's oxygen capacity as well as increase and regulate red blood cell counts. Journalist Nick Buska claims elite athletes, typically those being cyclists, have been injecting external EPO for years. While blood and urine tests can detect eternal XPO injections into the athlete's body, the Sports Medicine Journal predicts that EPO gene doping could become virtually undetectable in the future. In fact, Buska supports the Sports Medicine Journal's claims that viruses could increase a person's EPO would go undetectable through both blood and urine tests. EPO injections and CRISPR gene editing could become the future of professional football. Players could consult these gene editing methods to take their game to the next level, just as athletes did with steroids. However, gene editing could be much safer than steroids. While some say that genetic modification is dangerous because it is so new, they are somewhat right. It is a new science that is rapidly growing, which is scary because we do not know all the short-term and the long-term effects of the genetic modification will be. But reporter Michael LePage offers a brilliant take on the safety of genetic modification. Professional football has seen countless young men die or develop severe mental illnesses such as CTE due to chronic brain trauma. Do we really think that meticulously researched and tested genetic modification tools to help benefit the performance and the health of football players will hurt them more than the head trauma that they could sustain from playing the game? I don't think so. Football players also do not have to consult other extreme and unsafe training methods and supplements. Over the summer, do we all remember Antonio Brown getting frostbite from trying to cryogenically freeze his feet? Well, players fortunately do not have to consult crazy recovery methods like that anymore. Gene editing could aid recovery. It could reduce the need for excessive and unsafe supplements that players also use to gain an edge. Playing the game of football carries inherent risk every time athletes step on the field, but genetic modification will not be one of them. In fact, I would not be surprised if genetic modification could one day help reduce brain damage in professional football players. Maybe gene editing is the technology neurologists have been searching for years. Scientists are learning more and more about the possibilities and opportunities gene editing presents. With the success genetic modification has already shown, especially CRISPR, the ability to limit head trauma and maybe even cure CTE does not seem out of the realm of possibilities, which I think is incredible. Imagine the possibilities of the 2040 NFL season. Tom Brady Jr. could be launching 75-yard passes at 60 miles per hour. Defensive tackles could be 375 pounds of all muscle and run a 4.5 40-yard dash. A sub-4-second 40-yard dash could even be broken. Players will become bigger, stronger, and faster, which is unbelievable given some of the players in the league now. Yes, I mean it, even stronger and bigger than Aaron Donald. If players such as Donald, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson are already world-class athletes. They could elevate the sport to a whole new level. More importantly, they could live longer, healthier lives. Through various studies already conducted, as well as the accepted prediction that genetic modification can help save human lives, the health of professional players could be the best the sport has ever seen. If professional football players take advantage of the growing science of genetic modification, they will then truly become superheroes and make more people fall in love with the game, just as I did. I remember those nights in Massachusetts watching the Patriots brawl it out in the absolute slush during the middle of January. Now kids are going to be watching absolute human monsters on any given Sunday, brawling it out through athletic ability. Their superheroes could also have longer careers and longer, healthier lives because of the advantage of genetic modification. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for the day when gene editing becomes a staple of professional football.